Hello everyone, welcome to my very first introductory video for EDSC 640 for the spring semester 2014. Happy New Year to all of you. Happy belated New Year. It's been a great year for Dr. Tom's teams. The Red Sox are world champions, and looks like the Patriots might be going to the Super Bowl. They have to get by, looks like Denver. I think they're going to have to get by Denver in order to go to the Super Bowl. But enough of that. I just want to remind everyone to make sure you watch all my videos. And I know it may seem like a pain, but if this were a live course, you'd be listening to me lecture. So, you know, they're about 10 to 15 minutes long, but they're crucial. They explain the course, they explain my expectations. On the on the home page, I have 4 videos. 2 explain how the course works. 2 just talk about the discussion boards, which is 40% of your grade. So it behooves you to watch these videos, including the one I'm making right now. All right. In this video, I usually I do some housekeeping, but I won't have to do much of that. Actually, I'll be doing a lot of that, but usually it's housekeeping to do with things that I've noticed are going wrong, or things that people aren't doing right, or misconceptions. Lots of times I will talk about the discussion board and questions that have arisen, and I will also highlight exemplary posts of people that find great websites that support an opinion. So that's what I use these introductory videos for, and also I go over the assignments each week. That will be the second part of this video. So let's go. The first thing I want to just make sure you all do is that you all know how to get into your Turo student email. That is the only way that I'm going to communicate with you. I had a student email me after the semester ended this year, the fall semester, and said, "Dr. Tom, I got an incomplete." I was shocked. And the thing is, I had sent this person at least 4 emails saying, "You're falling behind, you need to do this." And then at the end, I sent an email saying that you're receiving an incomplete because you owe blah, 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 blah. And she said, "Well, I don't check my Turo email." And that's the only way that I thought your professors, all your professors, communicated with you. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I was told. And I was told you couldn't register for a course now unless you have a Turo student email account. So go into My Turo. You should have a logon name. And log on. I'm going to do that right now. Team Winnie. And it takes you to the My Turo portal, and you can get into Blackboard from there. But mainly you can get into your Turo email. So let me just go back. I went quickly, but let me just go back. I don't think I can go back. There's mine says staff email. I'm sure yours says student email, but you just I click on the student email, private computer or public computer, depending on where you are. But that's key. Make sure you do that, because that's the only way I communicate from you. I think I mentioned in one of my videos that I was going to go over how to put it on your phone, but I'm not quite sure, because I have an Android phone. And I know how to do it for that, but if that's something you're interested in, put a comment and help is on the way, and I will figure out how to. I'll do a video to show you how to do it. If that's something you're interested in, putting it on your phone. That's the way I do it. I have it on my phone, so if you email me, I get it immediately. So, okay, that's the first thing I want to do, is to let you know that you need to get into your and look at your Turo email. I also send job notices, New York City's especially job notices, and other announcements that may be of interest to you. So you'll also find everything on the announcement page that I sent out. So okay, let's talk about starting here. All right, there's the Start Here button. Click on that, and you will see I have Click on Me First. Those are the same 4 videos that I have on the announcement page. I just have them in 2 different places. There they are, the same ones. So if you don't look at them on the announcement page, they're in Start Here. I go over the course requirements here, and I give an overview of the course along with the course requirements in this video right here. So just click on this video here, course overview, and you get to see me again talking about the course. This is an online student guide, and this is the marking system for all Turo classes. So after you get through that, then you'll mainly be dealing with the session folders over here on the left. The session folders, I've set up all 12 classes, you'll see, along with due dates that have been established by Turo when assignments are due. I have the sessions running for 1 week, so the first session goes from January 13th to January 19th. So you click on session 1, and you will see this week's presentation. This video I'm making right now will go there along with the announcement page. So my video is always in 2 different places. I'll email it to you, and I email it to you via the announcement page, and it will be in this week's presentation, which is always the first thing you see. Click on that, and you'll see that my introduction to week 1 isn't there yet because I'm doing it right now. And this is part 2 where I talk about the double entry journal and what I expect for that. Okay, so let's go back into the session folder. You can just go up to the top here and just go backwards. And the most important thing are the assignments, and you're all going to groan when you see them if you haven't looked at them already. I'm sure you have. The first thing is optional, and that's introduction icebreakers. Now, whenever you see this little, what do they call it, push pin here, it means you can connect right to, I believe it means you can connect right to the discussion board. Yes. Nope. That's not it. Oh, yes, that's it. You can see that this is my ON section. I make this video for both sections naturally because I'm teaching the same thing to both sections. So at this point, my other section hadn't made any introductions yet. But you can see if you click onto mine that I want you to make a little introduction of yourself, introductory paragraph, then 4 bullets that make you something unique about you. You skydive, you make great sushi, or etc., and then post a picture. Now, I posted a picture of my grandkids, but there I am. I also posted a picture of me. As long as there's a picture of you in there, it makes the course much more personal, as I mentioned in another video. So please do that, and log on and say hello to each other. So that's the first assignment. It's optional. There's no grade for it. So don't get crazy in thinking that that's not fair. He's grading us on a introductory. I'm not. It's optional. But I would strongly recommend you do it to make the course much more personal. I'm always going back and looking to remind myself of who I'm talking to. Right? The second assignment is grade the DEJs. Right? These are all exemplary DEJs. I have a video where I talk about what I think are the big ideas. I also have that video in 2 different places. I have it here and I have it right here. So make sure you watch that to see what I think are the big ideas. So what you're going to do is download these. Okay, I'm just going to download it into any place, and then open it up, and then you'll grade it according to the rubric that I've also posted. This is the rubric, and I'll talk about that in a minute, but it's right here, annotation rubric. I also believe I have it in course information here, or start here. I believe it's also there. Annotation, double entry journal, doc. No, that's annotation rubric right there. So, as I said, I like to put things in a lot of different places, so you'll always have access to them if you're confused. But typically I try to put everything you need in the assignments. So open up the annotation rubric and grade the DEJs. And this is where you're going to go to do it. Go on to the discussion board, and under help is on the way, you'll see grade the DEJs. So you're going to go in, you're going to create a thread, and I don't grade the DEJs, and then you're going to DEJ number 1, Annie, I think that's Annie Pasto, and you're going to do quantity, and you're going to give it a grade. Here's the rubric. Oh, that's not the rubric. This is the rubric. So you'll notice there's only 2 categories. Quantity. So distinguished quantity represents all of the big ideas. Now, how do you know? And some people argue with me. My big ideas aren't the same as yours, but I highlight them in my videos. When I do a video where I highlight the big ideas of every presentation. And you can reference me. You get brownie points for that. You also, you get points for it because you see that you have to, under quality, you have to make connections, and that's important. So you can see here that I have, this isn't 1, 2, 3, and 4, and the reason I do this is because you'll notice when you're graded that it also gives a percentage. So I had to set this up so this is a B, this is a C, this is a D. No one gets lower than a 50. If you don't do this assignment, you will get 4 points out of 8. That's a 50. That's a failure, but it's not a 0. And we'll talk about that at the end of the course. The grading practices that distort achievement. I don't give zeros. 50 is a failure. But it doesn't, if you happen to not do an assignment, it doesn't kill you. So this is what you're going to use. 4 and 4, 8 total this column, 6.8. So let's say the first one, you thought the quantity was great. They hit all the big ideas. So you want to give them the 4 for that. But you thought the quality was not quite as good. That there were a lot of annotations, but there was something missing. So what you're going to do, and this is, you're going to say quantity for quality I forget what it was, 3.6 was it? Let me see. 3.4, so that'd be 3.4 for a total of 6.8 out of 8. So that's how I want you to do it. I mean, you can be even fancier by using bullets here. It puts them together. Oop, that's not bullets. This is bullets. And then, you know, what I used to do is I would underline this, so it looks. So that's one. And then you would go down and do DEJ DEJ number 2. And there are 4 of them. Now, I do this so that you will see what this antipastos is pretty good. So this will give you an idea of what a pretty good DEJ looks like, and others that aren't so good. And you will get to grade them. And the reason I do that is so you will know what a quality DEJ looks like. So this exercise shouldn't take you too long, and you only have to make 1 post. And once you do them all, you hit submit. And I'm going to leave this here just so you'll see it as an exemplar. But remember, I only did 1. You have to do 4. Now, also, if you go into the session folder, you'll see a folder marked session 1. You'll see a folder, oh, I'm sorry, it's right there, course materials. Let me go back. Course materials, and in course materials I have handouts. I have the PowerPoint that I use. That you can look at that one. The first one isn't really necessary, but you can look at it. The rest of them I use them to actually teach. There's Chris Tovani articles here which you need to connect to when you do your DEJ on Beyond the Yellow Heart highlighter. This is a Popham article on assessment of literacy. That's for the discussion board. Are you assessment literate? That's also an article you can connect to. Here are the first 4 are the DEJs you're going to grade, but there are 12 in my live class. I have them look at all 12 and sort them into piles of quality. These are A's, these are B's, these are C's, these are D's. So there are extra DEJs there that you can look at to get an idea of what is good, what is bad, and what is ugly. All right, so that's in course materials. Every session has course materials folders, and every session has a handout folder. Now in the handouts, there's always useful information that you can use for your discussion board posts or for your double entry journal. Remember, there are 3 double entry journals, and there's about 5 or 6 discussion boards. I'm not sure exactly how many there are. It behooves you to go into course materials and look at some of the information there so you can make connections in your double entry journal. Now, let's go back to assignments. Now, how do you upload your double entry journal? All right. So, first of all, you have to download the template. All right. You'll see here where it says double entry journal doc. All right. So just click on that. I'm using Google Chrome. You download it into. I would create a folder. See, I have a folder here of my courses. I made a folder for 640, and you'll see there's 640 MA, 640 ON, and I still need to create one for 640 OR. But I would do that, create a 640 folder, and so you can download all these things. I'm just going to put it in downloads for now. This is the double entry journal template. Now, you open it up and enable editing if you're using Word. Put your name here, the reading, which abbreviated BYH, and Tovani. You're going to be making connections to Tovani, and then the date. Now, put the date there. Now, you're going to write. You put the page number and a quote, or you can just summarize a whole page if you want, and say page 82 talked about blah blah blah, and then you make a reaction to it. An opinion, a connection. Wondering. I'm not crazy about wonderings. A lot of people ask questions that don't tell me anything. If you ask a question, find the answer, or try to guess at the answer. But that's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for you to say, I wonder what this is all about, and then go on to the next one. I use the double entry journal to see if you're comprehending what you're reading, one, and if you can make connections to other things, to yourself, to your job, to my presentation, to other web-based material, and to ancillary readings that I have in course materials. So that's what I'm looking for. Now, after you type on this, just keep going. This form will grow with you. You don't have to create another heading. You don't have to create another page. This form will grow. Now, then you save it. Okay, save it with a different name. Save as. Okay, I'll save it in the same place. Save as DEJ1. That way you can use your template again, your blank template. Save it as DEJ1. All right, now you're going to go into your assignment where it says DEJBYH. You're going to click on it, and you'll see this text box comes up. It says assignment submission. Please don't write anything here. I mean, if you want to write something and say, write it in this box and say, "Hi, Dr. Tom, this is a great assignment. I loved it." Don't write a submission. I will not accept it if you click on this and you cut and paste it in there. I want you to browse my computer, go to where you saved it. I happen to save it in downloads, DEJ1. All right, open it, and you'll see there it is. It's saved, DEJ doc. Now just hit submit, and I will get it. There'll be a little exclamation mark. Now, when I grade it, there will be feedback, and that is crucial. That you go when you go back. There's two ways to check your grade. Click back on the assignment. I usually have them graded by the end of the week. So assignments are due on Sunday. I should have them all graded by Friday, because I typically don't work on Saturday and Sunday. I do all my work during the week. Another way to check your grades is to go into the Communications tab here on the left, and you'll see my grades right here. Click on that. It's not going to give me anything. Users with your role do not have grades. I know. You give them to me at the end of the course. So that's another place. You'll see all your grades, all your assignments will be listed here, even the ones that you haven't done yet. So you can click on, if you'll see a grade, you can click on it. It's also a way to see if you've missed an assignment, because there will be nothing there. So that's, again, that's how you upload assignments. Now, keep clicking on week 2, rushing ahead of myself here. And you also have a discussion board, but that is not due for 2 weeks, which means most people probably won't get to it until the second week. But again, you have to answer the initial question. So let's click on the discussion board, and you'll see that there's nothing there. So you also can get to it by going over and clicking on discussion board in the left-hand menu. That's what I would recommend. And here it is, DB Assessment of Literacy. You have to answer the question. So everyone needs to create an initial thread. So you create your thread and you answer the initial question. And you need to reference some of the things that are in the assignment. So if I go back, you'll see that there are several documents there. The main one is a short article that Popham wrote, the author of your textbook, where he talks about assessment illiteracy. And I usually have them right in the assignment instructions. There's an Edutopia video that also is on the future of assessment, and 2 other articles on assessment. You can click here and click here on assessment illiteracy. So those are really the only things you need to reference. I mean, but I would, my A+ students are always finding interesting things. I add those things to course materials. You'll see students' names next to certain websites, next to certain articles. That's because my course is continually growing thanks to you guys. So that is the assignments. Make sure that you in the 2 weeks, so you have 14 days to make 3 posts. If you want an A+, you need to make 10 posts, but an A is 6 posts. So the difference between a 95 and 100. Many people go for the A+. I expect you all to get an A+. Whether you do or not is up to you. But you make your initial post, and then in your other posts you interact with your classmates. So don't create 5 different or 6 different new threads. That's not what I want. I want a discussion. So you create an initial post and make it provocative. Make it, let me hear your voice. This is stupid. I don't like it because, but make sure you support. Make sure that because is very important. Make sure you support your opinions with evidence. All right? So you need 6 posts, and in 4 of those posts. So if you have 8 posts, you still only have to do it in 4. But you have to have a minimum of, in 4 posts, you have to reference the readings, which are right here, my presentation, web-based material, or any other article that you may have, web-based articles, articles and course materials, or my presentation. Those are the 3 main things you have to reference. And I go over the rubric in my the Click on Me First videos, so make sure you watch the 2 discussion board videos because I explain it. So that's it for this first week. Remember, you have help is on the way. I try to check that every day. Sometimes I forget to. If you're really in a panic, remember you can email me. If you go into that same communications tab, you'll see send email. You can click on that and you can send an email to me or any of your classmates. So that's it. So I hope that's good information for you. I hope it's enough to get you going. I will be back with another video next Monday.